We're at Samsung's first look event. This basically kicks off CES in the biggest possible way, and wow, Samsung is bringing it this year. Well, I guess 219 inches wasn't big enough. What you're looking at right now is kind of mind-blowing. This is the 292-inch version of Samsung's The Wall display. And I guess, you know, go big or go home. For CES, Samsung definitely went big. This thing is absolutely massive. It's actually casting off quite a bit of heat, which is what you would expect from an ultra bright display. So why create the wall? Well, we talked a little bit about this last year. This is a fully modular display. It's made up of individual smaller panels which can be stitched together in any way you want them to. They're talking about the 4 free ways that you can assemble this display. You don't have to worry about aspect ratio. You don't have to worry about bezels. You don't have to worry about how the resolution is going to play out. This is an 8K display this year, up from 6K from last year, and it's really incredible. We're seeing some 8K footage up on this screen. I stood right up next to it and you could see every tiny little wrinkle on the elephant's trunk. I mean, the realism that we're getting out of this is really something special. Of course, there's not a whole lot of 8K content out there right now. We're expecting some soon. I mean, the Olympics are going to be broadcast in 8K. We've also got the PlayStation 5 coming and the Microsoft Xbox Series X coming, promising 8K HDR gameplay in the near future. This display is ready for it. And that's kind of this 8K story going on right now. Bring the displays out so that when the content finally gets made, you can watch it on something. Obviously, this is the biggest version that you could possibly get, and we're seeing some new processing behind this, not just in terms of upscaling things up to 8K, but also in terms of scaling the image to work on however you want to assemble this. If you're a person of means, you can actually put this in your home, and I'd take this as a big home theater display over a projector and screen any day. Why is that? Well, it's all about the MicroLED technology. We're talking about tiny little LEDs that are the individual pixels for the image that you're seeing. So you can get perfect black levels and extremely intense brightness that frankly blows away OLED's capabilities. And of course, there's no drawback to the technology at all. It's built for HDR. We finally have 8K resolution coming from this. No, you don't necessarily need to have a wall this big in your house. You could modularly assemble any kind of screen that you wanted. It's a lot of fun. But for those of you who probably aren't going to be putting the wall inside your home, I got great news. We're seeing a lot of this technology trickling down into some of Samsung's other displays. I've got a couple of really exciting things to show you right now. Now, here's the proof that MicroLED is the truth. With the wall, you're talking about a modular display that you actually assemble to fit whatever size that you want. But for a more realistic in-home application, what you want is a prepackaged MicroLED display, and that's what you see behind me right now. When I said earlier that this is a far better option over a projector on a screen, this is what I'm talking about. Right here is a 110-inch version. There's also a 88-inch version that we can take a look at here, and there's also a 75-inch version. Now, these sizes can be scaled however Samsung wants them to. These are proof of concept displays, so no, you can't buy them this year, but we come to CES to look at the future of technology. And when we're talking about display technology, I still feel that MicroLED is the wave of the future. The reason I'm so jazzed about MicroLED technology is that it avoids all the pitfalls of other display technologies. You know, it's finally brought everything that I personally wanted to see into a display. No blooming, no backlight management to worry about. There's no burn-in potential. Extreme brightness, perfect black levels. It's the whole package. Now, these are proof of concept displays, so let me show you something that you can absolutely put in your living room this year. This is the Samsung Q950. You'll also see it marketed as the Q950 TS. And what's really exciting about this TV is that it basically doesn't have a bezel. I suppose you could try to measure it, but don't bother because it's essentially not there. The TV is also only about 15 millimeters deep, and it's available with a new no-gap wall mount. So when you put this TV up on your wall, it basically is just a free-floating picture. And finally, we wind up on a TV that I honestly didn't expect to be all that excited about, but once I saw it in action, I kind of got it. So this is the Samsung Sero. This is obviously a lifestyle play by Samsung. The idea here is that a lot of video is shot in the portrait mode, where you are vertical like this. You got your TikTok, your Snapchat, Instagram stories, obviously a big deal. All that video is shot in this format. And it's fine if you want to watch it on your device, as so many people do now, but if you want to share it with people, you can either huddle around your phone or you can put it on a big display like the Sero. And that's the idea with this TV, is that you can take that video format that's vertical and put it up on a big screen in a way that you haven't been able to do before. It takes out the black bars, completely eliminates those. But, however, if you want to watch it in a more traditional 16:9 horizontal landscape format, you can do that too. So the idea here is that in order to pair to the display, you do a little tap with your phone. Through NFC, it automatically pairs to your phone. And at that point, it's mirroring what's on your phone on the TV. So you can control what's happening on your phone, and it appears on the display. But it's not limited to just that. It's a proper TV. So if you want to plug a Roku streaming stick into it, or a Blu-ray player, or a gaming console, you can do that as well. There's also quite a chunky audio system built into this as well. It's a 60-watt 4.1 audio system. So it's not, okay, it is a little bit gimmicky. I'm going to say that right now. But the fact of the matter is, most video is trending towards, most mobile video anyway, is trending towards this vertical format. And there's really nothing to show it on other than the phone itself. So if you want that larger representation, that's what the Sero is for. Is this going to take off? I don't know. But it's really interesting to see Samsung making a play at something like this and looking more into how TVs fit into our lifestyle. Along the same lines as their Serif and their frame televisions, which are meant to be art installations in the home that also function as televisions. So there's your rundown. From the 292-inch version of the wall MicroLED TV down to the next generation of 8K displays, distilling down to something like the Sero. Samsung has quite a bit of a showing here at CES 2020. We hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far. We've got lots more coming up at the big show this year.